I get up in the morning and I put on that face paint like Mel Gibson, and Nick starts playing the bagpipes, and it just goes ape shit in my house, and just head out into the courtroom.
Listen, there's nothing more fierce than mom's strength, you know?
Welcome to this episode of Bourbon of Proof, where we interview those who've been both successful at law and life. And today we're coming to you live from Los Angeles at the Bike Shed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. We're on episode 5 of 7, and Mauro Fiore Jr., our co-host, I am shocked you're still awake.
Well, I'm getting a little drowsy, but I think I can power through as long as I have a couple more drinks.
Well, Courtney Rowley, ladies and gentlemen, is on the show. We
Why
are
is there a
blessed. Can we have a
Negroni
big round of applause
Is that
for
your
Courtney?
Negroni?
I don't know what that is.
Whose Negroni
She
is
has a
this?
bonus drink. She's playing dumb. Don't drink that.
Okay, I was going to drink it.
If you've learned anything about the sex abuse cases
sorry.
against Uber, you do not drink against. So, Mauro, she's the first guest to bring us flowers.
Wow.
I just want to show.
Now that's class.
Mauro, the last rose goes to you.
Thank you.
Aww.
So, Courtney, we
Pass the
always
last rose.
start the show with a pour. And we're going to start off. We have Bourbon Will, who is our bourbon steward from Charleston. He was so good when we were live in Charleston that we took him on the road. So here he is. He flew in last night. He actually poured some whiskey for my daughters. Mauro, can you guess which one of my daughters asked to drink the whiskey?
Poppy.
100% it was Poppy.
100% it was Poppy.
Well, she tries to order dirty martinis when we go eat dinner.
She does.
She literally came up. She goes, "Can I try that? Can I?"
It was the
Yeah.
boss. It was the Boss Hog 12. So she.
I mean,
never had it
I'm going to give her
before.
credit on that one. So she's got good taste. She's
Got good taste. All right, what are we drinking first?
All right.
Speaking of Poppy, what a perfect segue. What are we having?
So we're going to be having the Penelope F Cancer edition. So this is Penelope Distillery. It's coming out of Kentucky. Originally owned by two gentlemen out in Kentucky. They were sourcing when you're a whiskey brand and you're trying to start out, right? You have a couple different options. And I tell people, most people, or not most, but a lot of people will go towards okay, I've got to make my whiskey, we're gonna let it sit, we're gonna let it age, right? And I'm gonna make vodka and gin to pay the bills. We gotta pay, I mean, the bourbon's gotta sit. It's gonna take usually a minimum of 4 years, right? You gotta pay the bills somehow in those 4 years. So they usually do vodka and gin. The other option is there's a little company called, I say little, it's actually a huge company, called MGP out of Indiana. And they usually go to them and you go, this is my mash bill, this is my flavor profile, this is my age, this is my toast. And they go, here you go, I need X amount of dollars. And you keep going to them until your product is aged and you can sell your own aged product. With that being said, Penelope started that way, right? They started selling the MGP product first. A lot of distillers will tell you, I make my money off of the vodka and gin, I have fun making bourbon. Penelope exploded, huge. MGP went, well, it's our whiskey. We might as well get in on this. Bought out Penelope, made it their own private MGP label. With that being said, this is the F Cancer brand. So all of the proceeds, it started in 2022, all the proceeds every year go to cancer research, going to help solve the issue of cancer for you. It is a highly coveted
So you can
whiskey
drink and
for
do
you.
some good.
Again, yeah, you feel better about drinking
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right? You're doing some good. You're helping out the world.
And the reason we selected this is you've tried toxic tort cases, exposures that have caused cancer to men, women, and children.
It's all coming together now, Bob.
Now do you see it?
I see it.
Hey, this is Bob Simon, the host of Bourbon of Proof. This tour we couldn't do without our sponsors.
Hi, I'm John Morgan. I didn't wake up one day with the largest injury firm in America. I started with one office and a choice: grow or die. I took calculated risk, built my team, and made lots of mistakes along the way, but also built systems and procedures to avoid those mistakes in the future. I'm doing one seminar, one time, to show you how I did it.
Join me at the Wynn in Vegas on June 9th. Use code PROOF20.
So before you pour, you get to stamp your ice. You have to pull out of this bag of holding an ice stamper. And if you pulled a Sleepy Woogie, you have to take 2 pours.
Yes. I'm the sleepy woogie. Let's
Oh,
see
I
if
know.
she pulls the
I've
sleepy
seen your
woogie.
woogie sleep.
Oh, it's his look.
You got Fiore legal.
You're
do with
illegal.
it?
Fiore legal.
Just like this and push down as hard as you can.
Oh, I got the woogie.
He got it. So look, it puts the logo right in
I
there.
love this.
Look, now he's gonna have the sleepy woogie, so he gets an extra pour.
Oh.
Extra
Set up,
pour.
ready to go.
Nighty night, Mauro. I got Justice HQ. Look at that.
You got the best one, Courtney. Fiore legal.
I sure did.
Courtney Rowley, this is to you. And cancer.
Cheers. Thank
Cheers,
you, Will.
y'all.
Oh.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So, Courtney, why don't you tell everybody what it's like to be a real trial lawyer that's raising children, traveling the nation and the world? I mean, it is pick up and go all the time. How do you manage all this? For those of you not watching or listening that don't know, they're in a different courtroom across the nation every other week. Almost every day. I've been with you guys where we'll see one of you in the morning and then the other one's in the southeast and then comes back at night. Right? I mean, this is crazy.
I don't know. I think that's how it feels for all of us right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that being a human on this planet, being an American, is pretty overwhelming right now. I'm hoping that that means that we start turning more towards each other. But how do I do it? I'm surrounded by really awesome people. My brother runs our law firm,
Grayson.
Grayson, and Jacob, and I have good friends, and we love what we do, don't we?
Yeah, and it's just we can not see each other for 6 months and it doesn't seem like time passes, and our kids are all friends and being up on the
so
ranch in Montana.
good.
Yeah, it's nice when you have friends that you meet through work and then they become real friends, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Hey, this is Bob Simon, the host of Bourbon of Proof. This tour we couldn't do without our sponsors.
And we'd like to thank Clio. Clio is a case management platform that's vertically integrated to everything from legal research to your integration with attorney share to be able to do artificial intelligence integrations with everything you're doing. Thank you to Clio, the case management system that I personally use, that I love. Thank you for sponsoring Bourbon of Proof. And our local sponsor for Los Angeles is none other than Quest Settlements. And we have Rosa, who is the founder, CEO, and everything of Quest. And we want to thank Rosa for everything she does for our community and our clients. So tell us about these trials, the Monsanto trials, where you guys were doing Zoom trials, you're doing in-person trials. It's wild.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I think the wildest part is the sheer amount of information, right? And I think that can be so overwhelming at first that we think, oh, maybe that makes it hard. And ultimately, it comes back to the same level of work and concentration as any other case. You're just up against Darth Vader, which is really wild, how dark. I remember Teresa and I talking just about how sticky it felt to be against these scary Monsanto lawyers that were willing to stand up and defend that conduct. So I think it was more on a personal level, more difficult than other types of cases. But what I did learn is that those are the cases we all need to be taking and trying, and we will win them. There are massive amounts of despicable conduct that has to be held accountable in order for us to start reshaping and changing the direction of this country. And I think toxic torts are a wonderful place for us to start.
I mean, these are poisoning people, causing cancer for profit, and covering it up. I mean, that's what it is.
And I just saw Mr. Panish walk by and doing the Pinto calculation, right? Doing the Pinto calculation way back in the 60s, 50s, 40s of it. We'll pay for it later.
Yep. We'd rather pay for somebody's suffering than pay for fixing it because it costs
juries
less.
are pissed. Yeah. Real people, not the people that were being shown on the media, not the people that our current president seems to be talking about, whoever they are, if they are anybody. Real people are pissed and ready for change. Real people are not granting immunity to corporations for poisoning people. Real people are not okay with their children and their homes being dangerous spaces.
Yeah, and they're not okay with a government impeding on your civil rights. They are not okay with these things.
No, they're not.
Well.
Real Americans. The
Where is-
majority.
Marissa Roy, can you come up here? So Marissa Roy is running for city attorney of
Of
LA.
Los Angeles.
I remember.
She's a friend of the show and
She's been on the show.
Super.
Yes.
Do you have a glass with
Unbelievable
you? Because
person.
Will, we need, yeah, as long as you're drinking whiskey on the show.
she's already, she's a bourbon drinker, so she's
We
right
know.
up our alley.
So I want to ask
Hi,
because
good to see you.
we have to ask people running for office tough questions.
Yeah.
One of my friends is in North Carolina. He's running for district attorney. He called me today. Wiley Nickel, shout out to him. He called me today to ask for support. He's win a congressman. And I said, Wiley, I have one question for you. When you are the district attorney and if you win, will you hold this administrator accountable? Will you file cases, criminal cases against federal agents? He said without hesitation, 100%, that is my platform. And people are sick of it here in North Carolina. So Marissa Roy, same question to you. When you win city attorney of LA, how are you going to make sure that our communities are safe against the administration?
Number one, join the lawsuits against the Trump administration. This city attorney sat out of the birthright citizenship litigation against the federal government, sat out of the sanctuary city litigation for months, and it took a motion from city council for her to join someone else's lawsuit against ICE. In the first administration, I was outside counsel for LA County, was part of over a dozen legal actions against the Trump administration. I will be suing Trump from day one. Not only suing Trump, but prosecuting rogue ICE agents. And also, I think we need to think about it in the larger context of suing all of the businesses that profit from ICE. The private detention centers, Palantir, big tech, all of these companies that are turning the destruction of families into profit. We need to go after that too.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Or can I vote tomorrow?
You can vote in June.
We'll keep her.
Wow. See, and I mean, it takes like badass. And I know, Courtney, you've tried cases while nursing, while pregnant, and I just want to know, how does that balance? Because you're thinking about all kind of different stuff, and then you walk into a court. Remember one case you had in Van Nuys, and it was like a $10 million verdict, and there's all kind of other stuff going on in your life. How do you walk in and be able to juggle all of those things?
I get up in the morning and I put on that face paint like Mel Gibson, and Nick starts playing the bagpipes, and it just goes ape shit in my house.
Well, listen.
And then I put a baby on my boob and just head out into the courtroom.
Listen, there's nothing more fierce than mom's strength, Moms are strong, man. I never, saw it until I had my own kids. Moms are fierce. There's nothing they can't do. Nothing.
But it's different and it's changing a lot, just for you to care to ask that question, right? And what you've done for women in our profession, Bob, and you too, Mauro, your billboards have women's faces on them.
Well, they don't want to see this face.
Well, it's true. It's true.
This is not I have a face for radio.
But it requires both of us, men and women together, working together to make this strong, to make it a place that we all can participate. You calling women up. Yeah.
Well, but I think this is what the bigger conversation is. Real masculinity is standing up for women. It's standing up for everyone. It's not putting them down. One thing I've noticed is that people that are very right-wing tend to very much hate women, and they put them down. And it's just it's like this recipe. It's just maybe I think that the only way they get laid is when they pay for it. Sometimes on Grindr, so we've seen, but they pay for it. Mauro, what do you think about that? Have you ever been on Grindr? I think you might.
No,
have.
I had to give up my subscription.
What's Grindr?
So speaking of that,
Grindr's a website.
Will, we need our next
an app.
pour. We have something called ass pocket. So thinking of we're going in the next
Sure, of course
direction.
we do.
So
Yes.
this is a selection from your friend Courtney Barber, who's been on the show.
Thank you, Marissa.
She gave me these wonderful bottles for when you are on Bourbon of Proof.
Oh, no.
I do not know the backstory of these, but it looks absolutely wonderful. Bourbon of Proof would be nothing without its sponsors, and we'd like to thank Attorney Share. Attorney Share is a platform where you can share referrals and track the status in real time straight from intake. It also deals with all of your co-counsel compliance, so you can work with your co-counsels and track the status of everything going on in the case. And there is nothing better than a case referred from a trusted source. So join Attorney Share for free at attorneyshare.com. We'd like to thank Justice HQ, which is the mobile app for everybody in the legal industry to be community builders. You could be building your private or public community, have events, have content that is on demand, living forever, and most importantly, connect with all of your mentors across the nation. And the subscription is only $20 a month to stay connected. We'd like to thank, well, my firm, the Justice Team. Justice Team 844, The Team, will find you the best lawyer across the country in any specialty. Reach out today. I mean, you might get to talk to me or my AI avatar. Today, we want to thank Fiore Legal. Ganes Oy. You could win today with Fiore Legal, your partner in California, Washington, Arizona, and now Oregon. Fiore Legal specializes in car crashes, slip and falls, motorcycles, and probably have tried more cases than most humans on the planet. Thank you, Fiore Legal.
All right. So this is Ass Pocket Whiskey. I'm super excited about this. I've actually never had this whiskey before. You're getting one of the rare ones I've not had. So Ass Pocket Whiskey, their entire premise, their entire idea is something that I live by, right? So when you're in the bourbon world, you have a lot of these guys who are like, look at my collection. I've got all of this whiskey, and I've never opened a bottle of it. Because at the end of the day, they have it just to have it. As I tell people, if you go to the root core of bourbon world, it's made to drink. It's made to enjoy. It's made to
Absolutely.
share with others. And
That's
that
right.
is the enjoyment of it at the end of the day. That is their belief. They said there's too many people out there that are just taking bottles in, right, and just saying, oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, but I'm not drinking it. They are giving you, essentially sourcing whiskey, high-end whiskey that are hard to come by, and saying this is meant for people that want to drink their whiskey and enjoy it. This is a collaboration. So this just started recently. It's not an old whiskey or an old thought process. It just started by two gentlemen to collaborate the love of live music venues and bourbon as a whole, right? And to highlight that aspect of not only those two, but again, of drinking it, enjoying the whiskey, enjoying the history that's coming in each and every one of these bottles for you. So this is starting at 107 proof. So not super high.
170?
Yeah, no, 107. Mauro got super
70.
excited about that one. 107
I'm
on
ready
that
to
one.
take a
So
nap.
Nothing too crazy on this one, but still gonna have a great flavor profile for you.
All right, so it also is shaped perfectly to wear in your back pocket. And when you're listening to music and you want to put something in your back pocket, like when we are in Big Sky in Montana with your family and out there at the PBR, this is the perfect back pocket ass whiskey. So thank you, Courtney Barber.
Thank you, Courtney
our friend
Barber.
from Down Under.
Now, so she's got hers. She's got to catch up. Wait a minute now.
oh, yeah.
There we
drink
go.
on this show. What is this?
Yeah, it's a drinking show, Courtney.
Oh.
It's a drinking show.
Oh, Mauro gets two. You get double. You pulled
Yeah.
he gets two. He pulled the Sleepy Wood. You know
Oh
how
my
it
God.
goes. We used to roll a 20-sided die, and whoever was over under would have to drink.
Oh,
and
God.
Mauro once got blasted by 140 proof, so, like a fireball.
Cheers, y'all.
All right. This is to Montana.
To Montana. We had a great time in Big Sky. Thank you. You guys were so
Oh, this is good.
hospitable
nice.
to us. And
Yeah.
So tell us about.
I think the Russian chef was happy we left.
you're an author. You mentor a lot of women. You know, what is it like being a busy trial lawyer, a mom? I mean, how do you find time to write, and how do you find time to give back to all these young women that are looking up to you? Is it alcohol?
I haven't actually drank in years, Bob. I'm like
I
3
know, I
minutes
love
away
this.
from falling over.
We should have given you the
Keep
Sleepy Wood.
drinking.
You know what? I wish young people knew more how important it is to us when we receive a phone call. How much that fuels our ability to renew and regenerate and get back in there and do the hard shit we do in our lives, right? Like, one of the things I didn't understand is how much it means to me when someone asks me for help, right?
I mean, Bob, I'm a little known fact. I wrote a chapter in a book with Courtney and Nick.
He sure did.
So I wrote a chapter in Running with the Bulls, which I think is the best-selling book in the
It
history
is.
of trial guides.
There was
And-
some editing involved.
A little bit. But
His was written in crayon. He thought it was a scratch and sniff book.
The-
Well, we got over it.
And you know what? To this day, I get calls and emails from lawyers from all over the country that have read Running with the Bulls and have read my chapter. They call me, they ask me for advice, and I really am happy to help them. And it makes me feel good that my contribution to that seminal work has been appreciated around the country.
I didn't know he had more than 3 syllables in him.
Yes. No, that's
Not for long.
I was so happy that Nick asked me to contribute to that book, and it's been amazing for me. Thank you.
How many bar licenses do you have? How many states are you
I have
in?
no idea.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite a few.
But you know what's so wonderful about trying cases all over the country is I don't live with the kind of pessimism I think that maybe some of my friends or certainly my 70-year-old parents are living with from relying on the news for their information about the country. I am seeing, just like Whiskey Will, right? Like I am seeing really beautiful people all throughout our country that have strong, good American values that are caring about their neighbors. I am not believing that where we are now is where we're going to end up.
No, and I think jury selection is the biggest focus group you could ever do.
Yeah.
And if you're trying cases everywhere, you really get a pulse on, because you have to talk about hot issues, because it's on their minds. You're trying the case outside the courtroom a lot of the time. So, you guys were in trial last week in Georgia. You're all over the place. Are you trying cases differently now in jury selection? Are you asking different questions? Like, what is that like in today's climate?
I think as I get older, and both Nick and I, we get more and more open. Our heart, we are wrenching it more and more open. The conversations are getting rawer. Is that a whiskey word?
Yes.
Yeah. The care is getting deeper. The pretense and the fear and the whatever keeps me further away from you gets less and less, right? Aren't you finding that as you get older?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bob Simon, host of Bourbon of Proof, and we would be nothing without our sponsors. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Coastal Research. Coastal Research has the ability to find the policy limits of any corporation that's trying to hide assets and how much financial responsibility is actually out there. The beauty of Coastal Research is that it also integrates with products such as Attorney Share, your CRM, products like that. So shout out to Coastal Research. Again, we only let people sponsor the show if we use and believe in their products.
One question I always wanted to ask you. Buckle up, all right?
Yeah.
How do you not want to wring Nick's neck every single day? Honestly. Do you do breath work?
My question to her would be, how many times has Nick given her food poisoning with his cooking?
Oh, wow. Both great questions.
Iman was asked, what's it like to be married to David Bowie?
David.
And she said, do you mean Davy Jones?
David.
I have such a great time. I am so lucky. He has made my world so beautiful. Every day, more and more. And
Wow.
the way he makes everyone else's world more beautiful. And sometimes I see him losing sleep, losing energy, losing time doing it. And I have to remind myself what it is to live in his light and what it is to watch him just shine it on this world. And it's a blessing.
So for those of you watching or listening, Nick and Courtney Rowley are husband and wife. They try a lot of cases together, but also solo, and they run a very large national practice. So it's unique, and credit to you guys. But you also take a lot of time for each other. You travel, take time for your family. It's intentional though.
Yeah.
So, but you guys block out time, right? Where it's
Yeah.
we're just not trying cases at these months, and we're just family time, right?
Yeah, if there's one thing, if I had a wish list and there's one thing I could force lawyers to do, it's block out that time. That's what's unique about our profession is we have that ability to do it. It's called unavailable, right? And when you do it,
Well, I know all about it.
I was with New Year's with this guy, and we were in a very serious moment. We were going around talking about our New Year's resolution. We get to Mauro, and he goes, "My New Year's resolution is to work as many days as I play golf."
Yes. If I work
Alex is
2
like,
days, I
"Whoa."
got to work.
Alex is like, hold on.
Yeah, if I work 100 days this year, I got to play golf 100 days. I mean, it's
Sir.
non-negotiable.
We're 22 days in, and he's
I've played,
tracking good.
I've probably played 10 rounds already. So yeah, it's working out good. But you know what? I don't know, Bob, if I ever told anybody this, but 1 year, probably 5-6 years ago, maybe the first year of the Doric Trial College, like in the middle of the pandemic, Nick and Courtney came and spoke, and Courtney was talking, and she said something that really resonated with me to this day. And right after that, I went and got a license in Washington State, and I started practicing in Washington. She said, there's plenty of big cases in other places. And I was like, God, man, I got to maybe look into that. And I am so glad I listened to you say, do you remember saying that?
I'm so proud of you.
And I said, I'm going to go to Washington. I'm going to go to Seattle. I didn't know anybody there. I didn't have a single connection there. I didn't have anything to do with Seattle. I got my license in Washington State. I've had my office in Seattle now 5 years, and it's going great. And I'm so glad I branched out.
Same thing. When we had that conversation with y'all and you guys were traveling around, I went and got my license in Texas and then Arizona. And then we tried that case out in Iowa. And it's just, the nation's a big place. And I think lawyers get too stuck in
And our
place.
system, though it is federal, is also national. And when we go into other states, we interact with other lawyers and we bolster their practices and they have something to give us. And together, I mean, what's going on in this Uber initiative fight is that we are making sure that in California, this thing gets stopped so that it doesn't happen in other states. We're not just fighting for California. We are cognizant that this is something we have to do for our country, right?
Absolutely.
And here, and it's very, when I explain the Uber initiative, the rideshare initiative, I would never put my wife or daughters into an Uber by themselves first, because I know everything that's going on. Two, if you look at what they're actually pushing, there's a zero chance anybody can get actual medical care.
Right.
Zero chance.
Right.
And you guys fight so much for medical malpractice and health for everybody. This gets worse.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Yeah. And you think about, like, one of the things that we've really been talking about for years is that taxpayers are having to take on the burden of corporate malfeasance, right? Corporate lack of accountability, corporate misbehavior, which they profit from. Meanwhile, taxpayers are picking up the bill, and that's what Uber is hoping to do.
They'd rather get profits over safety, employees, over
Absolutely.
everything. So Mauro just pulled out some more ass pocket. He opened the other bottle.
Did you pull it out your ass?
More of the ass whiskey.
I would drink whiskey
All right, so
from your
Courtney,
ass
we're
pocket.
we're thankful for putting you back on the wagon or off the wagon. I never know. On the wagon, off the wagon?
We just got back on. The wheels have come off.
The wheels are off.
I've
The
drank
axle is broken.
lots
wheels
of wine with
have come
Courtney
off.
over the years. I've drank wine with you, a lot of wine.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of wine.
Wine's not really drinking.
Yeah, I mean,
This one's really good. Whatever. This was the second one.
second one, yeah.
This is really good.
This
This
one's
one's
better.
really good. We'll
How?
we'll take up ass pocket later. Thank Courtney Barber. So Courtney, at the end of this show, we always ask everybody, "What's your bourbon of proof?" Like, what is your day sip, or what are things you like to drink? And for you, it could be holistic. I know you guys are very big into anti-aging, as we all are. Mar and me, we're all on peptides. By the way, Dose, if you're watching, we'd love for you to sponsor the show.
Yes.
Take your daily dose for your liver.
I take it every day. And and if Brian Johnson's watching, I hope you live forever and send me some free shit. Because it's f***ing expensive. I take the longevity powder every day.
You know what Brian Johnson has just tapped into that's so beautiful and so simple is before sleep resting heart rate. And all he's talking about is, can you give yourself even a few more minutes, maybe 30, maybe 60, of a peaceful wind down? And I think about that in the context of my family, with my kids, in my home, how I start to dim. Just having that wind down, maybe giving your nervous system a fighting chance of returning back to some sort of a baseline so that you can heal while you sleep instead of clawing for some sort of
this is the biggest culprit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I think if you you could be addicted to your cell phone. You can always do something.
Yeah.
Always a case you can answer. So I started just putting it away at 5 o'clock and
Yeah,
not looking at it until
beautiful.
right before bed. Check my messages again and put it down.
Beautiful.
And it's been really good. I've been doing that since New Year's, and it's helped out a lot.
It is a revolutionary. It is a subservient. Yeah, there, ass whiskey. It's an ass whiskey move to put that fucking thing down and look people in the eyes, laugh a little, cry a little.
Hey, this is Bob Simon, the host of Bourbon of Proof. This tour we couldn't do without our sponsors.
And we'd like to thank Clio. Clio is a case management platform that's vertically integrated to everything from legal research to your integration with attorney share to be able to do artificial intelligence integrations with everything you're doing. Thank you to Clio, the case management system that I personally use, that I love. Thank you for sponsoring Bourbon of Proof. And our local sponsor for Los Angeles is none other than Quest Settlements. And we have Rosa, who is the founder, CEO, and everything of Quest. And we want to thank Rosa for everything she does for our community and our clients. So, Courtney, you avoided the question. What's your Bourbon of Proof? What's your...
That's what I'm into right now.
I like
I'm
it.
into finding ways to put it away and meet my kids and show them. But I do really like, Peak is making this, Peak should give you some free shit. Peak makes powdered teas. So we travel all over the place. So being able to have a green tea in the middle of nowhere in Modesto can save your life. And they also make like an herbal thing that I put in.
Like Peak, the one that comes in the bottles?
It's PIQUE, and it's just some powdered green tea.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I think green tea could save you from anything.
Interesting.
Well, I love it. Well, Courtney, you're going to live forever, and we hope you do. Cancer. And
Fuck
we cannot
cancer.
wait to hear from Courtney's husband. He's apparently
Yeah.
on the show. So
And I can't wait to see Courtney Saturday night give her speech for Trial Lawyer of the Year, because I'll tell you one thing, Courtney, when she's serious, is one of the most amazing speakers you'll ever hear. She's unbelievable. So intelligent and such a good speaker to blow your mind.
I'll be there with my wife, he and his, and a lot of your friends will be supporting you. We're filming January 22nd, 2026. January 24th, you will be honored. The show will air after that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank Courtney Rowley for being on the show. Thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you.